Hey y'all, dedicated father here, making another drive video here. So I was thinking about this as just a men's group of mine in the cohort we were talking about, and then also in our Every Man a Warrior group. Both of us were talking about, or both in those groups. I brought it from one to another, but how just um, I'm trying to think of how to word this without having to go into all the back preference. Basically, as men and as humans in general, we're all pretty selfish. We do things and expect for something in return. We tend to do things that are that benefit us, and even down to you go home and say, "Hey, honey, I want to give you a back rub," and usually there's like, "Yeah, well, my shoulders are sore too, so I was hoping she'd give me one too," whatever. It There's all these little things that add up to how selfish we are, and with the studies we're doing right now, it's basically on being a good husband and good father and good leader to the house. And it bluntly talks about how selfless we have to be, how our happiness, it really comes second because our overall happiness should be there when our family's happy. So we may want to prove a point, not necessary. Get over it. May want to, watch the football game and the kids are in the middle of a, Disney movie. Get over it. Whatever the case may be. I'm picking dumb little scenarios here. It's easier when you got a book in front of you that has great scenarios lined out. But that it really just kind of made me think, and I've been really watching my actions and my words lately, and just everything in life about. Even I'm going to see a lady right now. She's 3.5, almost 4 hours from me, and I'd offered to do it over the phone, and she's like, I'd really like to do this in person. Said okay. So her paperwork is where I'm going with on this, and so I was like, okay, well, I'll come out and see you. And in my head, now granted, when she texts me, I'm in the middle of a grass fire, so I was kind of half in the conversation, just kept checking the phone as I could, but I was like, oh man, I really would rather do it over the phone, so that way Monday I what I already had planned Monday I could dedicate to that. And then I'm like, Steve, how stinking selfish and lazy is that? Just because you don't want to make that drive to go help this lady out, she really is wanting you to be her advocate, her person to help her and take care of her, and you're gonna be all selfish. And man, I was so mad at myself, and I didn't even think about it as I finished up that fire. I thought about it later on, and excuse me, Chris, you're gonna give me a heck over that one too. And it just really set into me how I even just in our home life is the easy one to pick on ourselves, but golly, even in public, our normal day-to-day life, how selfish we are as human beings. Could you imagine the impact on our children if we could take some of that selfishness and shut it down, teaching them to be more selfless? I was watching a cartoon with my kids last night, and one of the kids it's about like princesses and princes or whatever, and they're doing some sort of like competition with different sports, and one of the little princes is like, yeah, in your face every time they won, and then when they lose, he'd get all bent out of shape. And excuse me, y'all, and I'm not going to edit that either because I don't edit, but I just sneezed right in your ear, so I apologize. But I'm thinking about how this kid is throwing a fit, and I know it's in a cartoon, and then by the end of it, everyone doesn't want to play with him anymore, and my daughters are watching and paying close attention, and I was waiting for it. I knew a lesson was coming out of it. At least it better be coming out of it, or that show never needs to be on again. And sure enough, they turn the lesson. No one wants to play with him anymore. He ends up going back, saying he's sorry. And then when the other team wins the final setup, he ends up giving them the trophy personally. And I think that says a lot to the kids. Now, they should be learning those lessons from us. That's not something that learning on TV is great too, but they should be seeing us do those things, and they don't, because we're selfish, and a lot of times we're arrogant on it too. We gotta be better, y'all. We gotta be better leaders, men out there. We got to be better leaders in this household. We got to be better partners and better fathers, and we need to step up. And parents in general out there, moms and dads, we got to be better role models. Every little thing, even down to, you don't see me make many videos while I'm driving with my kids. Now, when I'm driving by myself, I do. But granted, y'all see if I didn't have these glasses on, I'm not really staring at the phone too much. I am paying attention to what I'm doing, where I'm driving. It's like I have, like I'm talking to somebody next to me is really all it is. But if my kids are in the car, you won't see me do a lot of videos for the sake that it's a bad example to set, right? And my 10-year-old, I'll be blinking and she'll be 16. And then next thing you know, she's sitting there making, God forbid, but TikToks or whatever the heck they're going to be doing by then. But I don't want that. So you won't see me do a lot of that stuff. And even if I do or when I do, it's usually while we're stopped. But anyways, y'all, I wanted to hop on here. I was really thinking about that and just being more selfless and less selfish, if we can make that an intention and watch that impact our world in a more positive way. And it's biblically written. And who's never wrong? The good Lord. He's never wrong. He's got a track record of 100% every time. He's never wrong. And every time you think he's wrong, you'll get slapped in the face with truth. Because other than finances, he says to never challenge him. So, and if you want to challenge on that, come on in the comments. Love it. Y'all, please like, subscribe, comment, share, all that stuff. I appreciate you. Y'all have a blessed day. Be strong, raise them right.